Hey folks, Rebecca back for another video. I wanted to shoot a video and talk about the concept of gamification. I heard about this concept from Tracy Edwards' channel. I will link it down below. She did a video fairly recently about the concept of gamification, and I wanted to talk about it and sort of piggyback on my recent video I did about my struggles I've been having with balance on this debt payoff journey. So basically, gamification is where you gamify some goal that you are working towards. And as y'all know, I am trying to get out of quite a lot of consumer debt right now, and I'm fairly close to getting a couple of debts paid off. This debt here, I've got about $2,800 left on it. That's the one that I'm currently working on. And then this debt down here, the bed that I did a 0% finance thing on, I've got about $2,700 left to pay off on it. And as I mentioned in that previous video of mine, I've been struggling with balance here recently. It seems like with my money, I am either all or nothing. I'll do a complete no spend, or I'll just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna spend some money. And I know I haven't done my April budget wrap up yet, and at the time I'm shooting this video, I don't actually know what my second paycheck for the month is going to look like, so I can't do my wrap up video yet. But confession time, I had a few fish die in my fish tank. Those epistogrammas that I got, that pair of really pretty red, sort of fiery looking dwarf cichlids, they died. And I was upset about that. And April, I knew wasn't going to be a spectacular month for debt payoff. So I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go get some more fish for the fish tank. And so I ended up going to the pet store the other day and got 65 bucks about worth of some more fish for the fish tank. And yeah, so I've just been having that mood a lot this month where I'm just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go spend a little money here and there and get what I want. And I was talking about in that video where I was struggling with balance that I might start giving myself a little bit of spending money every month. But I remembered this video from Tracy's channel about gamification, and I decided that since I love to play video games and such, that I will try to gamify the two debts here that I'm working on. After I get these two debts gone, I will only have my car loan and student loans left to pay off. And I also learned, or I took a tip from Mary over at A Merry Life on a Budget. She did a video a while back. I'll link to her channel down below as well. But she did a video where she talks about how she keeps a wants list. And I think what I'm going to do to gamify the last two debts here, or not my last two, but the two debts I'm currently working on, I think I'm going to try to gamify this payoff of these two debts. Now, April is not a spectacular month for me for debt payoff, partially because I just had some random expenses and bills come up, and partially because I've struggled with that balance aspect and just been like, screw it, I'm gonna spend a little bit of money. So I've spent money this month that could have waited. But, and I haven't done my video yet for the May budget outlook, but very basically, I think May is going to be a spectacular month. I know for sure I'm going to get this debt paid off, and I possibly might get this debt paid off as well. We'll see. For May, it's a 3 paycheck month for me, and also I'm going to have overtime on 2 of those paychecks because I signed up for some extra hours at work. So May really could be a spectacular month for me. And I think what I will do to sort of challenge myself and gamify these two debt payoffs here is if I can get both of these debts paid off, then I will allow myself to get some things off of the wants list that I've been keeping. And the wants list, it's got a whole bunch of things on it. Anything ranging from a new kitchen trash can, and I want a new shower rod and curtain and new shower rings, kind of things that aren't really that expensive, but I've just been putting off getting, all the way up to larger things like a new refrigerator. I'd really like to have a new refrigerator for our kitchen, but that's going to be expensive. So, I've just been keeping this wants list and adding to it. And there's a few other things on there as well. I do want to get a Garmin type fitness watch. I've been wanting one of those, but I've been putting off getting it. Figured I would sort of save it as a reward for myself for paying some debt off. And also, y'all know I'm taking this big trip to Scotland in September of this year, and I wanted to get the Outlander series of books on audiobook so that I can listen to them again in my car before we go to Scotland in September. The tour that we're taking is an Outlander themed tour, and I'm really excited for that. I've read all of the books already, but I want to reread them before we go to Scotland, and I just don't have time to actually sit down and read the physical books, but I can listen to them in the car. But to get all 8 books that are out so far is going to be pretty expensive, so I'm going to have to get an Audible subscription and download all of the books for me to have, and then I'll probably cancel Audible, so I don't have to keep paying every month. But anyway, that's just another thing on the list that I want. So anyway, this concept of gamification, I think, is going to help me keep my eyes on the prize, so to speak. If you're a gamer like me, then you know that in a lot of games, there is sort of this stage where you have to grind, where you're either just trying to make money of some sort, or you're trying to level up your character, and so you're just grinding out lots of battles, or whatever the case may be, depending on the game that you're playing. But there's a stage in the game where you have to grind. And honestly, debt payoff is a really huge grind. So I can see the correlation there. And I think that trying to gamify these 2 debt payoffs here will help me keep my eyes on the prize and stay focused, because focus was my word for 2019. And it seems like here in April, I've been kind of losing a little bit of that focus. So I'm going to get back on it and challenge myself. For May, I know I've been struggling with balance and this will be extreme, but if I can gamify these 2 debt payoffs here, I think it's going to be really close whether or not I get them paid off. But I think I'm going to challenge myself to do a no spend for May. Hopefully it won't feel like a very extreme thing for me to do again, because I'm only going to do it for the month of May. And I signed up for all of these overtime hours, so I'm going to be working more anyway. So hopefully it won't feel like it's an extreme move for me. And if I can successfully do this no spend in May, then that's going to increase my chances of getting these 2 debts paid off. And then come June or the end of May, I will allow myself to get some of those things off of my wants list that has been steadily growing over the past few months. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of gamification and link to A Merry Life on a Budget's channel down below, as well as Tracy Edwards. Give their videos a look and subscribe if you haven't already. Both of those channels are way bigger than mine, so I think you probably have heard of them before. And the good thing about gamification is that you can apply it not just to debt payoff, but building wealth as well. Say you want to reach certain milestones while you're trying to build wealth after you get your debt paid off. And then you can set, rewards for certain milestones that you reach, whether it's $5,000 or $10,000 of wealth built if you reach a certain point in your retirement account and you want to reward yourself. Doing this is a good way to stay motivated along that journey. And it doesn't have to just be financial goals that you can gamify. If you're having weight loss goals or health related goals, then you can gamify those as well. So you can apply it in all areas of your life. Any goal that you're trying to reach, maybe think about trying to gamify it somehow and see if that helps you stay more motivated to reach that goal. So yeah, thanks y'all for watching. I will link those channels down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.